Hello everyone, welcome to Jargus Ranger Review. This time we'll be looking at the 11th episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel, Poisonous Plots. Now we start off with just a recap of what happened in the beginning of the series, with the Power Star and Brody and Aiden's father. But this time, since Aiden's gone back in the group, he tells his story. About how his father told him to hide and hide the Ninja Steel. So, we know that part. But what happened to him is, he went into hiding. Apparently he hitchhiked on a train or something. And he didn't come back until he saw the Rangers on TV, and he knew it had to be Brody when he saw the Red Ranger. So then he headed back to his hometown. And we really don't know anything else of his history up to now. So he starts out with training with the Rangers, because Mick says he shouldn't be in their Ranger base. But he's fine with them training. I don't know why Mick got so apprehensive all of a sudden, because he surely knows all about Aiden as a child, being with Brody all that time. Anyway, they are training, but Aiden is extremely more aggressive than the others. And it's a really good fight choreography too. It's not morphed or special effected at all. So it's really nice. But it's clear he's doing more than just training, he might be showing off. And Brody just says to cut him some slack, he's been on his own for 10 years. Now at the school, they're making some chocolate sculptures for some children's charity or something. They're left kind of vague what it's specifically for. But that doesn't matter because it keeps melting half the sculptures. We don't know why. However, Monty thinks he can help Victor's by putting some glue into the chocolate mix. Now whatever he's pouring into is trying to make some sort of house. It starts coming out through the holes, and then Monty loses his balance, and it gets all over Victor, and it cools and freezes, and so he's stuck as a living chocolate sculpture, and he can't move. And as soon as Monty runs off to get help, the guys who are gonna move the sculptures to wherever they're being displayed appear. And they think he's just one of them, so he gets shipped away. Victor and Monty. You're one of the best parts of this season, I swear. Now meanwhile, there's an attack by a bunch of Kudabots, and I mean a bunch of them. And when the Rangers go to fight them, they see Aiden is already fighting them barehanded. No weapons or anything. So that's pretty impressive on its own. And they are impressed by him, but they tell him to hold back, the Rangers can take it from there. So they wonder why it's only Kudabots and no monster. They think it's a distraction. And they're right, because a sneak attack from Toxicity, this is a teapot monster, tries to poison our white and gold Rangers. But Brody sees it first and he takes a hit for them. So the Madam Odious shows up and says, he's gonna die by sunset unless you give us all the Power Stars. And so they leave. And this time Aiden is taken to Ranger HQ. And there's basically a big divide between him and the other Rangers. He thinks they should give the stars up immediately and save his brother's life. The others think they can find an antidote first. But Haley and Levi have their own plan, and they take the Power Stars secretly from the other Rangers. And then Brody comes out and he goes with them. Though we don't know what their plan is. Though what happens basically is they give Toxicity and Odious the Power Stars, and Brody gets healed. But then the rest of the group finds them and they start arguing about what happened. Until Odious, who has not yet teleported back, screams in disgust as, it's chocolate and it's melting. And he took the stars so that he could make the sculpts to make them, perfect replicas from the look of it. So the Rangers morph and they fight a bunch more Kudabots. And Toxicity can't use her mover again because he hasn't made more poison yet. But she can attack with a bunch of fireballs that they have to contend with. Fortunately, Preston and Levi are finishing it off with the Blue Tornado and his lightning attack. So that's all good and good, but since it's such an impressive display, especially when the Galaxy Warriors audience was cheering when they thought they had the stars, they thought, yeah, give her another shot. They gigantify her. Though, what's strange is they don't go straight to the Megazords. I mean, Brody and Levi start fighting it with their single Zords. And it's a pretty nice fight, because they're just trading blows with our monster. However, they decide to step up and use the Megazord from the other Rangers. And then their Megazords just use their finishing blows immediately. Like, there's no more fighting with the Megazord at all. Which is really a shame because the single Zord fights was a lot more interesting than most of our Megazord fights we've had. Now that Monster of the Week is finished, we have to wrap it up with a funny scene for Victor and Vincent. Because Victor was the last sculpture they do. And apparently he's unbalanced frozen. He's rocking back and forth. And then Monty sees him and he sees this horrified look on his face. Because apparently the kids have been eating the sculptures. And he probably thinks they're going to eat him alive. And then the whole rest of the scene is in slow motion. With all the kids running to him. And Victor is just like rocking back and forth until he falls backwards. And chocolate shatters. And then he rises up on the ground with his hands up. He must be glad now that he's free. And the children get all horrified and scream and they run the other way. And Monty is just seen running towards Victor. What happens next, we will never know. But more importantly, Aiden's talking to the Rangers and says, yeah, I guess I did go too far in training. You told me about teamwork. So they're all getting along now. They're all buddies. Because they see that, yeah, he's a good guy. Or so they think. Because our next scene is going to be on a Galaxy Warriors ship where Madame Odious is talking to a subordinate. And it's Aiden. Apparently, their big plan was a bust, but the Rangers have his trust, so he can do stuff now. Now, I did not see it coming that he was going to be working for her. I mean, he even laughed evilly, so you know he's corrupted right now. Though, I wonder how that happened, because it was Levi she was trying to brainwash. Unless she was trying to brainwash him as well in secret. Who knows? Anyway, that's how the episode ends, with a big old cliffhanging mystery. Overall, this was a pretty solid episode. I mean, you had actually some drama between our Rangers and the team because you had some that wanted to trick them, some who wanted to try to fight the poison, and others that wanted to give up the stars immediately. So that was a good rift between them, and they even start arguing about it right at the exchange. The villain of the week wasn't too impressive, but the fight was better looking than most monster battles we've had the past few episodes. There's some creativity in the fight choreography. And that thing of Aiden, just wow. I did not see that coming. Now, if he's really a villain or he's being controlled or manipulated for some reason, who knows, maybe he's trying to protect his father, who's still alive. We don't know. And I actually have no idea if he is still alive. I'm just speculating. Oh, and during the part when they formed the Megazords, they used the instrumental theme for Power Rangers Samurai of all things. It worked though. It really worked. It fit the theme and the scene. But overall, this is a great episode. Much better than the last one, which was just so over the top and stereotypical. I was starting to feel bad for Victor and Monty, because last episode they got screwed over and they didn't do anything wrong. They were actually just doing a job that they were somehow lucky enough to get. And this time, Victor didn't even do anything. It was all Monty's idea. I mean, he's the one that did the glue and poured the chocolate and dropped it all over Victor where he got stuck. Victor is really the one getting screwed over this time. Well, who knows, maybe the next episode is going to be Victor's ideas to get them screwed up. Anyway, overall, this was a very fun episode. I can't wait to see the next one, and I hope you watch my review for that one. Until then, I'm Jargus Ranger, thanks for watching, and let the power protect you.